apparently Gen Z is like aging really rapidly.
It is mainly because of the stress. Come here. We live in a time nowadays where millennials look way younger for their age, while Gen Z looks way older for their age. If you don't believe me, I'm Gen Z.
This video started a whole war, and as hilarious as it is to see millennials and Gen Zers go at it, I don't even think it's true. Now, I do have my own theory that I'm gonna get to that may explain this phenomenon, but I don't think it's anything that's actually physical. Right? Nothing has happened in recent history that would make Gen Z age at a physically disproportionate fast pace. It's not like they were 10 years old working in the coal mines. The pandemic happened, people had to social distance for a year. Relax, that's not gonna make you look 50. Before I get into it though, we have to acknowledge that the youngest millennials are in their late 20s, early 30s, and the oldest Gen Zers are in their early 20s to mid 20s. There is very little physical change between these ages. This is Serena Williams when she was 21, and this is her when she was 29, right? There is very minimal difference, if any at all, and there isn't supposed to be. Now, obviously, as a professional athlete, it's basically her job to exercise and live a healthy lifestyle, while the average person isn't going to be as inclined to do so. But the point is, if you live a healthy lifestyle and exercise, you're not going to look that different at 29 than you did at 21, which is the age range that a lot of millennials and Gen Zers are currently in. I could probably even throw in a picture of her in her 30s and she's not going to look that different, right? So with that being said, there have always been old looking 20-year-olds and young looking 30-year-olds. That's nothing new, right? I don't understand why I'm seeing people like, oh my God, this 29-year-old looks like they're in their early 20s, right? Or vice versa. It's like, you're all in your 20s. It's just that right now the decade is split by 2 generations, but in reality, you all look 20 something. All right, so now with all that out of the way, I do think there's still a reason or an explanation as to why a lot of younger people are looking older and a lot of older people are looking younger. And that reason is style. Style is very important to how people perceive your age. Let me explain. So like a couple of years ago on the internet, I saw that a lot of people were saying that the Golden Girls looked a lot older than their age. I think they were 50 something, but people thought they looked more like 70, 75. And what people found out is that a lot of that had to do with their style of clothes and style of hair. So what they did is they photoshopped that same hairstyle onto current day 50-year-olds, and it actually made them look a lot older as well. But why? Why does this hairstyle make women look older? It's because the style itself is actually old. So we associate that style with old, but to the Golden Girls themselves, this is the style they've been wearing since they were young, right? It's not like they turned 40 and said, all right, it's time to start rocking this hairstyle. No, that style had been hot for their whole lives. And that's where I think a lot of people mess up, right? I see a lot of people say that millennials be dressing like they're still young, but I don't think it's that millennials still dress like they're young. It's that the style itself is old, right? A lot of the things that were hot for millennials are hot for Gen Z today, which keeps the style feeling new when it's not. People will see a 40-year-old wearing Jordans and say they're trying to appear young, when in reality, that's the era that Jordans are from. This is also true when it comes to things that are popular in the media, right? People that were teenagers playing Grand Theft Auto in the 90s are now in their 40s with kids of their own. And in present day, Grand Theft Auto 6 is probably the most anticipated game. So basically today you have people that are in their teens and people that are in their 40s with very similar styles and interests. Honestly, this might even include the generation after Gen Z, because I looked up the most popular Halloween costume for kids in 2023. And look at this. Tell me this isn't something that you would also see in the year 2000 or even in the 90s. So I mean, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but it is very possible that in the future, all of y'all are going to be considered to be a part of the same generation. So beef while y'all can, I guess.